Hi peeps, I thought I'd share this with you, so I stopped my meditation. As you can see, sun is shining here. We didn't choose you get the offers going around, see, oh, tornado, and we thought, nah, we don't choose that as our reality. Have a bit of rain, some storm, but we didn't choose it. Sat down to meditate. It was a bit windy and very cloudy, and the little cloud patch and sun appeared, and poof, windy out there, but blue sky, sunshine. Disappeared. Not much happened. Okay, so I thought I'll share what was shown to make it easy, because people are, if you haven't seen this yourself, if you haven't got to this part in your ascension of your consciousness, right, then it's difficult to perceive. Well, you're shifting, you can move realities, parallel universes, and like I said, you don't have to experience some of the things that you think you used to thinking there's only one world. And actually now you see it, you kind of realize, oh, it was a bit obvious. Scientifically even you think, yeah, actually yes, no, that doesn't make sense, does it? Anyway, we thought it's quite funny actually. So I'm sitting in meditation, as you know, there's only the one, there's you here, and listening to non-duality, and you've seen it, there's nothing, there's no thing, there's not actually, as science will tell you, it's holographic, right? There's not actually matter or anything there, and that's backed up by science. Sorry, let me just plate source. All right, so sitting, now as the self, you want to, you're observing, you are the one, right? You are that formless, boundless source, as they say. And then you sort of think, okay, well then, where does this, as they say, where does this person, how does this person come from? Where does this person come from, right? Because there isn't any person. As they tell you, the person doesn't exist, right? It's a holographic, it's illusion, but it isn't, as I say, it's interesting. So you go back to the self, and then if you think about the so-called person, right, and then you realize, where's this, everything's appearing within the self, everything's within the self. So the person is appearing within you, right? But there's no separation, nothing's separate. As you know, they say everything's one is oneness. Everything is the source. So the air, this, whatever you're perceiving, everything is the one. It makes sense. I could just imagine there's you, right? If you weren't existing, if everything wasn't part of you, joined like one thing, you would just, how would you suspend in the middle of nowhere? You suspended in the universe, right? There's just you. And you suspended in nothing. You would just fall. What's going to support you? There's nothing. There's just nothingness. You just, if there's nothing, you would vanish. How would you suspend in midair or suspend in nothingness? So you are this all, as they tell you, it's like the ocean. So you are this source, right? And you are this, as they say, I don't know, the only way to describe it, imagine yourself as energy, transparent. They say nothingness, transparent energy. All right, so there you are, this wonderful oneness of energy. Then you understand how you exist. You are transposed, imagined. So you are just an imagined holographic illusion, imagination, illusion. Like you would sit and daydream, and you would say you're looking outside the window and you're imagining whatever you just conjure up or whatever in your mind, some kind of reality. This is really what's happening. Though you think this is doing it. That's why their brain appears as so-called millions of crystals, because it's just a transceiver. But it's not. There's not actually anything or anyone there. You are the source, imagining all of this. So you are this wave, this mass of energy, okay? And it's as I say, it's moving, but it's not. So you are actually, this is interesting, because that's why the polarity comes on. You are actually still. The you yourself doesn't move or change. You are motionless. So I'm going to try and give you an idea. If you say, if you stand in front, say you've got a wall, to use the shadow, and they use those puppets, and you used to put a hand and you do this, and you can actually see, looks like an ostrich behind you. You make like shapes with your hand like this, with forming a shadow. This is really what you're actually doing. So how you're creating your reality is because there is no separation, there is no thing, because it's existing within yourself, not separate. How do you separate? If you separated yourself, from everything, you would just, that's it. How would you even suspend yourself? I mean, you know what I mean? If there was nothing around you, there'd be nothing holding you either. This is why people imagine Earth's just floating. That's why they came up with the idea of gravity. This planet's just floating in nothingness. It's just miraculously hanging out in nowhere land. Anyway, it's actually quite funny when you realize it. So, how you are imagining all of this, which doesn't exist, right? How you're imagining a source, you are creating it because there isn't. So what you are doing is, as the energy you're feeling, because it's you, energy is moving, it's beautiful, it's like the sea, as they say, it's just gently moving, right? So you are using your imagination to create a story with the movement of that energy. So that's really what's happening. So you are just the one, and as I say, all it is like, say, the feeling, right? Your energy is sort of tapping into this beautiful flow of all, of the, I suppose, the frequencies, or whatever the flow of it is. It's just a flow. I can't even describe it, of nothingness, of this energy, of this formless, what you want to say, planets floating in. Think about it, actually doesn't go up here, it doesn't pan out. So just, what is gravity? No one can tell you that either. Earth just, hanging out there. So you are, as this one, as I say, there's any consciousness. So you are imagining, right? So you've got this beauty, you are the ocean, and you are then using your imagination to project, first of all, this. But this is what you're doing, how you're creating the world around you. So the movement, as it depends on you, how it speeds up. You are then interpreting, say, the energy, the movement, and creating a story out of, oh, okay. So you are then imposing onto this so-called holographic, illusionary, like you would imagine in your mind. That's it. It appears exactly in your mind. So that's when I said moving, but it doesn't. So what you would see is this, that what you think is reality is this holographic kind of imagined story, which is like the war. You know what I mean? Like imposed onto the nothingness, really. So this is how I say, you don't have to accept like that story, because there is nothing out there. There is nothing. You are imagining the world and everything in it. So you are imposing, your thoughts are then deciding, okay, there's the world, it's done this, it's that, same thing. That's what I'm saying about, you don't have to choose a storm, you don't have to choose any of it. You see, you actually, because you are the one who's imagining the so-called world and everything and the day and the sunshine and whatever's out there. You are choosing, it's all you. Just your energy. So you are like, oh, okay, it's, rough today, or it's calm today, or it's whatever. There we are. So as the energies are moving, you're feeling the different fluxes, you are then imagining a story. Okay, that's happening. This is, I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody. So what you think is the real world is not. That's how your planet is just floating in nothingness, just like you imagine. Gravity, which nobody knows what that is. They called it gravity. We don't know what that is. Miraculously, we're just spinning and staying here or whatever else, and nothing's crashing into us, and you and everything else. It's amazing. And this is how I say you change, you heal, whatever. Or as you know, you're realizing you're creating. Now you're realizing you're creating a reality, because you can change, you can move timelines, you can heal yourself, you can do this, you can, as I said, manifest. This is, what you're awaking, you're reminding. As your frequency in the dream, this is the story, But it's amazing, because the real you is source. It's just, you are there. You never change, you're not moving. You're just there. But this is like an appearance in you. So it's there, as I say, but it's not. So you realize it is there, but it's an imagined, appearance, like you said, that the thing on the wall, reflected against that. There's actually not anything happening. It's very peaceful. So this is how you can decide. Like today, sun is shining. I don't know if I can show you there. Not much going on out there. Because you're like, nah, so there. It's imagined. Same with the thing you realize, you can change things. You will see that. Because you are the one who's imagining the weather and all of it and what it is. It's all you. So if you get to the point that you realize everything is you, nothing is not you. All right? You as that one are creating the story, imagining the world and everything around it. So that's how you can change things. And the same with if you're in tune with it because you love it, it all is you. All of it is you. What you're imagining, the wind, the rain, it's all you. So the same thing, if you understand the oneness and you love the self, like everything is it's you. It's all you. There's nothing, and there's only you that exists. Only you that exists as a source. So this is how you can also work with the elements, and they will change for you. Not try and manipulate it and don't expect, but if it's just honor, you see them and you love them. Like this morning, you see them, you love them and honor them. But you choose, okay, no, you don't choose that. It doesn't matter the weather, you're always thankful, doesn't matter what the weather is. It's not, oh my gosh, you're just thankful, doesn't matter, everything's wonderful, everything's perfect. But if you decide, if you prefer, without insistence, or as I say, like expecting, you'd prefer, and you know it's you, and you honor it, you see it, and you honor it and thank it, you can have a clear patch. So you can, say you wanted to go walk, and it's all you. You are creating it as all, but it's, it's the plane, and you imagine it. That energy is the sun, and this is the clouds, and that is the rain, and and you see it, and you honor it, and you can ask. You see, you can honor it, and then you can just nicely, okay, well, let's have some you have some clear patch, so, you can walk, some sunshine or some clear patch. So where you are, it's clear. There's no rain or whatever else, and you can walk without being rained on, and you can have that. You see, if you understand it's all you, it's not insisting or trying to manipulate or anything. It's you asking. It's just the love of, the self for the self. So, same with this. You sit there and you see a little patch coming up, and thank you. I saw a little patch and a bit of sun trying to sneak through, and I was like, oh, thank you very much, love that. And then it just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and I thanked it.